Hi friends, my name is Luke Gerlach with ThinkChat, and I'm super excited to share my latest passion project. For many of you who know me, I have been an educator for 20 years within public, private, and international schools abroad. And one thing that I have really enjoyed while working within the IB Primary Years Program, or the PYP, is I have enjoyed not only being an educator, but as a curriculum coordinator. And being a coordinator, I also had the challenge of being the head librarian and taking our collection that had not been open and used for 6 years. So you can imagine there was a lot of weeding and a lot of organizing to do, taking this collection and creating purpose. And one thing that I experienced while going through this process is recognizing that the librarian is no longer a curator of resources. Yes, that's a portion of our grade, or a wider net of curation of human, digital, and physical resources. But we're also interior designers creating multiple spaces with flexible usage. We're also maker masters, where we're creating opportunities for children to make and take things and to build and collaboratively create. We're also edu researchers, learning the latest trends in educational technology, but also educational practice so we can incorporate it into our lessons. We're also teacher librarians, right? And knowing how to wield the library to make it more meaningful. And we're also literary experts, helping students to really maximize the opportunities within our library time. With all of these roles, how do we then leverage the collection so it works with us instead of against us? And most of us are in probably traditional library spaces where we have our fiction collection organized with the FIC label, and then we have our nonfiction according to Dewey. Don't have any problems against this, but what I do have is that we're trying to create library spaces where students are able to self-select books. And I'm talking about a kindergartner. So how do we do that? Well, we have to look at our collection differently. I have created a 3-part series. I'm going to unpack the first part, which is creating more of a learner-driven library experience, where we look at the scaffolding of the reading journey through genreification. If you'd like to join me to learn about my process, wonderful. I'm going to have a webinar 2 different times on Sunday, April 14th at 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. Please check your local timings to see when that is. There's also a survey link below. Once you complete that, I'll be able to email everyone out the Zoom link, and so that we can have a very short presentation of sharing the process and then having opportunities for a Q&A session. The whole goal of this is to create more library spaces that are driven for learner independence. Whether you do it by yourself and create something for yourself, or I have materials that are curated that you can look into. Whatever that might be, my friends, the whole goal is to change how libraries are being used. And then we're going to talk about the next phase of how do we then create more conceptual connections, and then what are some additional resources you may need to consider. So please join me by creating the and filling out the link below, and I look forward to meeting you in the next week. Have a wonderful time as you go through this work week.